All right, guys, I think that we are live. Can you guys let me know if you do hear the audio, and let me know if you can see me, please. Let me know, because I think that sometimes stream, yeah, it lags just a tad. Just a tad. All right, awesome, guys. Yay. How is everyone? Yay, I'm so happy to see everybody. How are you guys doing? Are you guys doing all right? Please let me know. My notes pulled up. So in case I missed anybody coming in, let me at least say hello to those who were here on time. Like me. Sandra, Jonathan, the G-Spots. Ow, ow, my foot there. Amber, hi Amber. Josh, see y'all in 23 hours. That's not funny, a little funny. Shell, hello Shell. How are you? Hopefully you're doing okay. Definitely with the links. Always appreciate those links, Shell. You are an awesome mod. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate all the moderators who always help. Thank you so much. Abby. Patch. All right, you guys. Evie Bubbles. Yay. Dawn Marie. All right, I think I got everybody at least for the most part. J and J Mudmores, hello. Finley, awesome guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. So before we dive into our topic for this live stream, let me know, guys, how you're doing. I always care about what's on your mind, how you're feeling, how you're holding up, especially given that we're still in the crisis, the health pandemic, the economic crisis, and all the civil unrest. Without going into too many details, I do care to make sure that everyone is doing okay, right? Because we all are in this as a collective, and sometimes certain things may affect us more so than other things, and then for others, different things may affect us differently. So as you guys know, I care so much about our group, our little community. We're a small little group, but sometimes I like small groups because it's very personal. I get to know you on a more like, you know, personal, intimate level to some degree, and especially those who hang out with me outside of YouTube. That is awesome. Hey, Josher. Yay. So Shell is doing good. I'm happy to hear that, Shell. Any update on your surgery and your leg? Evie says, so happy, finally off antidepressants after 18 years. Wow, that's very impressive. Absolutely impressive, for sure. For sure. Hydrate in my heels. I love those two emojis, Shell. It's so funny. The ice cubes for sure. You know, and my heels. Clink, 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 clink. My son is doing good. Thank you for asking, Patch. He's doing really well. He's at his dad's for a couple more days to hang out and just be with, you know, change the scenery up a little bit. So that's nice. Thank you for asking. Yes. All right, Shell, you're going to call the surgeon Monday. Good. Good. I don't see Scout here. I hope that Scout is still doing well. I know she's in our group, our other personal groups, so we're always thinking of Shell and Scout, making sure that we're praying for all those. Even Abby, she's still on the hunt for a place to live, guys. There's a lot of things that affect us that we don't really consider or think about unless we're going through them individually. But I'm sure it's very challenging for people, even who are looking for a place to live, even if it's just to rent an apartment. It's hard to do that with all the things happening right now. So we like to put hearts and prayer emojis and bring our, our loving energy toward all those who need it, because one day we will need that, and we will do that to support you too. So let's put some hearts, if we can, in the chat. Hearts and prayers. Shell, we want her leg and we want her mobility to restore. We really do. Evie, we're going to congratulate and celebrate Evie Bubbles. We're going to think about Chrissy, a Scout Inquirer. Want to make sure that she's recovering from her surgery. We want to also keep in mind all those who may be silent about their need for love and support. We're going to go ahead and also support those people too, because some people are going to be more shy and reserved to acknowledge or be forthcoming, but I do know that people still need that love, support, and attention. So we're going to do that and put the heart emojis and the prayer emojis, and my favorite emojis, like the hands emojis, whatever that one's called, like da-da-da. I'm not sure what the name of that emoji is, but it's probably my favorite one, like where it goes like that. I like the hug emoji too, but definitely the red hearts. But absolutely. Many people may not be, brave enough to ask for love, healing, and positive energy. So we want to also always give it to those who may not be able to voice that at this moment. All right, guys? Woohoo! Amber, good to see you again. Awesome. Cool. All right. Oh, no, I don't know. I'm sure Mel would have at least messaged me of some kind if she did. Anybody know? Oh, she's taking a break, the G-Spot says. Okay. Hey, we all need breaks. There's many times where I'm less active on YouTube as well. I think that's appropriate. We all know our own scope of, abilities. And so we all need to take breaks. You can call it a detox from being online. That could be just social media in general. That could be certain platforms. Use your best judgment to gauge your own self. So I'm sure she'll be back if she is taking a break. We'll put some hearts for Mel too. She does the best parodies. She does more than just parodies, but best ones of me. Well, I've only had one person do a parody of me, so you guys know. Hi, Catalin. Sabo, how are you? You couldn't, Shell? That's odd. Yeah, for sure. I will at least find out. What? The link says 23 hours? Did it really? Oh my God. Did it really say that? That is hilarious if it said that. Danielle, did it really say that? I told you guys I had struggled with that post of that link. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, can somebody repost the link in the Facebook groups? That is so weird. I did not do that on purpose. That is crazy if that happened. I don't know how. It said 23 hours? That is freaking, I'm sorry, that's so funny. I just can't help but laugh right now at that. That is just too funny. All right, well, we're here. I think as long as I hit live broadcast, that it should just, I guess, update. I'm hoping. No wonder why the link wasn't working then. That could be why it wasn't showing me the little like thing. I was like, that is weird. But what I was gonna do real fast. It said Shell. It was saying 23 hours. Oh my God, that is funny. That is funny. But I do want to make sure that Manuel's okay. Hold on. Real fast. All right. All right. Ouch. On my foot. All right. All right. I'm back. So she'll get that whenever she does get that. So that was crazy. All right. All right, guys, I got my Sprite. I am cutting back on my Sprite intake, though. I will say that. Got to cut back little by little. All right, guys, we're going to go right into our, oh, you know what? Can someone directly message Scout and Christine? Please let me know if y'all can do that in our Zoom group. Sandra, can you message them? I would greatly appreciate your support there. All right, so thank you, Dawn Marie, the background. Yeah, I'm upstairs. My normal traditional live stream format is downstairs, but I've been up here for like, I think almost like 2 months, I think. Do you guys like me up here? Let me know if you guys like me up here. I even got me like a cooler for my ice so that I don't have to go up and down the stairs in the middle of the live streams as often. All right. You love this room? You do? Thank you. Yeah, you know, a few years back, actually like in 2015, I had made like several different like goals for my house. One of them was to eventually turn like my garage into a workout facility, which that one never completed. The other one was this room, to turn it into like a closet, because my room downstairs doesn't really have a closet. It's very tiny. And I wanted more space. And then of course, that was several years back. And then of course, once I was more into my business and the content creation and recording stuff, I eventually began to come up here. This is already years ago, 2015. And then I was like, well, what the heck? I created this closet, but it no longer suits the purpose that it originally had. So I just kept the aesthetics here and use it for other purposes. Yeah, my clothes are still up here. I tried to get rid of most of the clothes on Poshmark. I was like basically giving all my clothes away for free, basically. And I just, yeah. So I'm up here. It's just, you know, my room. Other areas of my house was, I got the room that I usually go downstairs in and record in, or like do live streams in, is actually like the dining room of my house. So back in like 2014, 2015, I got rid of my dining room table and repainted the walls, pretty much created that my office space in 2014. And pretty much 2015 was when it was pretty much all complete. That was project one, my dining room, turning it into a office so I could work from home. Well, branch off, leaving corporate America and going into like my own things. And my family was like, well, don't you want your dining room? I'm like, no, not really, no. So that's technically like my dining room, but I prefer it the way it is today. And it's beautiful, I love it. So yeah, I had several different projects I worked on over the years. But yeah, Anyways, I don't want to bore you with my house projects. So the other project was my backyard. I wanted to make my backyard a very peaceful and serene atmosphere, environment. I've been on a very like spiritual journey, if you guys don't know that by now, over the years, and really wanted to set like a healing space in my house, which included the backyard. And I wanted to make sure the whole scene just felt peaceful, happy, soothing, calming, serene. Like, that's why I have like little waterfalls. I like incense and candles and aromatherapy and binaural beats. This is like years ago, but that's how all of those things kind of came into fruition for those who are curious about little bits and parts of my journey. Yay. Shell loves the room. Dawn Marie says, yes, girl liking it. And Shell says, I have to stay downstairs in my family room. Can't do, yeah. I don't blame you. Can't walk, stay where you have, where you can easily access and not move around too much. Oh my God. Definitely. Thank you, Sandra. Hello, AJ. How are you? So, how are you doing, AJ, aka Audrey? Hope you're well. Shell says, I love hearing about you and your life. Well, thank you. I mean, I don't really have like too much excitement, but it's my own little journey. So thank you, Shell. Thank you. Darren Kennedy. I don't think I've seen you before. Hello, Kat. You're beautiful. Thank you very much for your kind compliment. All right. So are schools going to open up in your area? Well, that's a good question. Supposedly, the latest announcement was that the first couple months were going to be online, and they would supposedly transition back to in class. So that is the latest on the school district information here, Shell. I don't know what the process is for all areas, but here they said it would be in like the beginning it would begin online and then integrate back to in classroom. So, whacking the troll. Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna keep rolling, okay? So, so the topic here is going to be leadership and personal development. When it comes to leadership, I'm going to pose a couple of questions / discussion aspects. We can all like participate in like a dialogue as best we can here online. But before we go into the dialogue, I'm going to go ahead and at least talk a little bit about the notes I prepared, all right? So let me get my notes. They're here. My notes. All right. All right, I'm here. I have my notes up now. Let me see where I'm going to start with this. Because I had added some inserts to this maybe earlier in the afternoon, but I didn't like integrate it into like the flow of the conversation. So let me see where I put the part in. All right. And guys, I'm looking at my notes. In case you're wondering, what is she doing? I'm looking at my notes. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's start here. Okay. I think I'm gonna start here. Hold on. Let me see how I'm gonna start this. Bear with me, guys. Okay, well, I guess we'll start from the very beginning here. Make it flow. We're gonna make it work. Okay. Are we still good? All right. Are we still good, guys? All right. Hi, Laura Lee. How are you? Good to see you. All right, we're good. Shell's like the main mod. Usually I revert to Shell. She'll always let me know if we're good or not. So yay. Okay. We're going to keep rolling. I got my notes here. All right. So we know that we've been doing this personal development, session plan, lesson plan, however you want to, call it for yourself. In reality, personal development is ever ongoing. It never really ceases to exist. And you learn that as you develop and really witness yourself working on areas of your life that you care about, that you are going to place attention and your intention on. We look at sometimes as personal development as something that we do like outside of ourselves, but oftentimes a lot of the work is done internal and in our daily experiences. And so even if you're not fully immersed into the program that we're doing here on personal development, like this series and this segment, which we have been doing for over 3 months, no matter where you are today in this process, it's something that you can easily just jump into and apply and pick up and join us. You can always go back to previous videos. But the point is that we are emphasizing here in these live streams the work that we're doing with intention, with the plan, organized plan to execute. So you've heard me say before, it's great to have all the knowledge, all the information on what to do, how to do, but it's a whole different thing, whole different ballgame when you're actually integrating it into your real life, right? When you actually are applying it in full application. So we're not just talking about ideas, ideologies, or theories. We're actually putting it into play. That's true growth, for real. A lot of leaders, teachers, mentors, coaches, professionals, they sometimes forget to articulate that and actually demonstrate that. That tells you their aptitude, their true awareness and their insight on how to affect change, how to create real impact, lasting impact that have results. And even if the results that we go through, that we struggle through, that we fail through aren't the exact results that we would like to attain for ourselves, the fact that we have been going through the motions here for 3 months, it's been well over 12 weeks. I have to go back and check to see how many weeks, but it's been quite a while. And how long we've been doing this is really not even important, because it's, like I said earlier, it's an ongoing process of committing and choosing to grow who you are, who we are as individuals. And it's not going to be a perfect process. Life is never perfect. And so I've learned long ago to release that like perfectionism, just that some people, for me, that's one of my really bad downfalls, that sometimes I strive too far for perfectionism, not to perfect it indefinitely, but I want it to be a certain way. And then I'll let myself down if I don't execute or attain a particular result set. I also have like a type A type personality anyways, but the point is that we all still, will desire, we'll think, we'll set these goals, we'll plan, we'll strategize, we have a vision or an idea or what we think it looks like, and then we are going through the motions, and then we fall down. And oftentimes we're not talked through and coached and mentored how to fall down, how to get back up. It's like this, like, well, no one talks about that part. But that's a real part. And the better you get at falling and failing and not making the benchmarks that you set forth for yourself, or the more you can be more comfortable in like the setbacks, the process, the pain, the failures and the defeat, the better you can understand who you are as each time you fail, you're watching yourself and witnessing yourself in real time, fail, the better you may not recognize in real time, but you're actually growing and you're becoming actually stronger, even if you feel like a failure in whatever you're pursuing because you feel defeated, you're actually becoming stronger, even if it doesn't feel that way. That is what's happening. And I want to differentiate here. So for example, let's just say you're a person who's worked on health and fitness, for example. You may not fail as often in that area. Let's just say you're a business person. You failed, but maybe not as often. So again, or your family or hobbies or whatever passions, your work, your peers, your colleagues, every part of your life, right? Maybe it's forgiveness. You have a hard time forgiving people, or you have a hard time accepting your own downfalls. Whatever it may be, there's areas, right, that we all have, and we are going to be individually facing failures and embracing that differently given who we are, right? So I may have an easier time to face failure and defeat in certain categories and then harder time in other categories. And the same thing for you guys. Does that make sense? Let me just check in everybody. Yes? Okay. Cool. All right, we're good. All right, we're good. Just checking in, that's all. All right. All right. So, so when it comes to, embracing the different areas that we are going to all have different areas of strength, right? Different areas of weaknesses, and that's how it's supposed to be. Because again, if you've been with us part in this journey, you've heard me say time and time again that we are not designed to all have the same levels of strengths, traits, characteristics, right? That's what the beautiful part of humanity is that we are so uniquely designed and different, right? And we're going to all experience the world differently. We all have the lens of how we are perceiving the world around us and the world inside of us. But it is important to make sure that as we are living this life here on Earth, in this incarnation, that we are, aware of areas where we may, as individuals, find it harder or fall short or struggle with more. Now, as a collective, we are here to support each other. And when we can all, see ourselves as students, including myself, I'm always a student of personal development, then we can learn from one another. We can learn from other people. And where someone else may shine, that's beautiful. We can all witness someone else shine in one area or one place or one experience or one, field or subject. And it's a beautiful part. We can actually see that from the outside in. All right, so let me keep going here. So now when it comes to developing ourselves on this journey, we are all students, including myself. We're all students, and we're all looking to grow and expand and become better versions of ourselves every day. That's why, if you remember from session 1 and previous sessions, we talked about how every day is a clean slate. It's a new slate. It's a blank canvas, because when you're carrying on the pain and the hurt of yesterday or the poor decisions you made years ago, then you're not showing up in the new time, in the present moment, with your full potential. You're carrying the burdens of the past. How can you possibly hold the space for the new to come in? And that's a hard thing that many people do struggle with, because it's natural for a lot of people to be carrying a lot of dead weight burdens on their shoulders or in their life experiences. And so what we've done here in our groups, in these sessions here, have been, at the bare minimum, trying to clear out parts of ourselves, right? Memories, and shelve them, right? You can reference them when you need to, but to be holding on to them or to be reverting to them when you're in pain, is not healthy to do. So if you're in pain, it's naturally want to go back to that familiar pain, but that is not going to help you move forward, right? So it's uncomfortable to grow and expand, because it's something that we don't want to always do. Human beings don't like to change. They don't want to put the work in. But if we love ourselves enough and we care about ourselves enough, then we're going to be willing and committed to actually knowing what does serve us, okay? So, now we're going to kind of like we're going to toggle here a little bit and go into leadership. I think it's a very good topic, subject matter, because I have a lot of thoughts about leadership in general, and I'll cover what I mean here in just a moment. But sometimes we forget the role that leadership plays in our life, in our daily life, and from a micro and from a macro viewpoint. It can easily go to the wayside or unacknowledged. But it's really a true important part of the equation of your own growth and development, because we don't necessarily always think of leadership in a very integral way of our life. We always think about this external, faraway experience. But the truth of the matter is that we're leading ourselves. We're leading our own life every day. We are the leaders of our life. And we may be leading family members, right? If you have children, you're leading them. If you have a spouse or, siblings, parents, cousins, aunts, we're leading them, whether we like to acknowledge it or not. And even if you're not in their life experience on a frequent basis, your interactions with them are still rubbing off on them in some capacity or another. In your friends group and your circles that you spend your time with, we are still leading without maybe knowing that is something that we are experiencing. All right. Let me put this note here. Back to that part. Come back to that part in a minute here. Hold on. All right. All right, so hold on. All right, I'm not doing this part here. All right. I'm pulling up my notes here. All right. So we're gonna keep going here with this part. I'll come back up to that part in a minute here. Okay. I'm organizing these last these bullet points that I have here. All right. So, so when we talk about leadership as just a word, a phrase, a term, a concept, I think it's good and important that we look at it with another mindset or a perspective or a lens. And it's important that we do look at things and acknowledge, recognize that we do need good people like in leadership positions, you know, in our life. And it is up to us as individuals and as collective for humanity to cultivate an environment where we are, you know, enhancing, creating, making it possible for new leaders, qualified people. And again, this is not specific to any, you know, social construct. It's just, you can look at this from the macro and from the micro as I, you know, explain this. But it is important that we are encouraging and creating an environment where leaders can be born, where leaders can be created, right? Because whether we like to think about it or not, all of our experiences, all of our daily interactions, we are building and creating the leaders of, you know, the future today in real time. And just because no one in our past, right, whether that's like bloodline, hereditary, family, generational, or socially or culturally, even if other generations or experiences have not cultivated that for us to set the tone, that's not an excuse for us to just say, well, they didn't do that to support us as the people today, so why should we do that? That would be a very elementary way of thinking, and it wouldn't be conducive of promoting and creating positive impact and change going forward. We want to think about it from a higher mind position and understand that we are responsible for what we're creating today. And if we're going to complain about things, and if we're going to try to create better change, better systems, better environments, whether it's socially, economically, or politically, or family, or business, whatever area, however you perceive it and take in the information, it is up to us to understand that we are going to be impacting change like in our daily experiences. It's not something that you think about and say, it's outside of ourselves. I know it's easy, and it's like, it's so simple and so easy to just say, well, when I see leadership, I think of something externally. I think of like politics or government or whatever you associate with leadership, right? But that's really that's not really, you know, intelligent. That's one part, sure, but what is happening on an everyday experience is that we are who we are, right? And we are in charge and in control of, you know, our actions, how we are influencing other people around us, whether it's children, family, friends, peers, colleagues, industries, business sectors, groups, organizations, you name it, all right? So it is up to us as individuals to acknowledge our part in this process. It's not enough to say, hands off the steering wheel, let somebody else take care of that. Let somebody else figure out how to work it out. And then when they figure it all out, then I can kind of chime in, have my opinion, and then go and debate it or take a side. That is not leadership. We're all leaders as individuals, whether we want to acknowledge the depth of that or not. All right. And in order for us to change the systems that are there, in order for us to create long-lasting impact, positive transformation, it is up to us to know, acknowledge, have the self-awareness that in order for things to be different with our own personal life and the life around us, right, that's bigger than us, it's up to us to decide and to choose, right, to have that awareness, and not only that, break the cycles of the past. That's a very important piece, guys. So before I go any further, let me check the temperature of the room. Let me know, guys. Awesome. So we're all together still. Yay. All right. Yay. All right. Let's keep rolling. All right. So hold on. Get my next notes out. All right. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pose a question to the group, and you guys can answer at your own comfort level if you choose to. So this part is like discussionary. So the question that I'm posing is, there's going to be two questions, but that way we all answer the first question first. What does leadership mean to you? So that is the question for the group. What does leadership mean to you? I'll answer what I think it means to me as well. That's the first question. The second question, that way you can prepare for it in your mind, is what defines a good leader? So they're two separate questions, right? So one's a concept, and then the second one is like traits, specific traits. So question one is, what does leadership mean to you? Like as far as experience, how it feels, what it looks like to some degree. And the second question is, what defines a good leader? And that will be like specific traits or characteristics, okay? Alrighty, guys. Laura Lee says, glad I popped in. I was grumpy and this is making me think. Well, I like it. I'm a big thinker. I like to think. I like to better myself as often as I possibly can. And I'm going to use my brain power. I'm going to use my truth, my voice, my traits to affect change. And that could just be discussion, right? So that's what I'm doing here. But I'm glad that those who are hanging with me are appreciating it, and that's all that matters to me. Those who are here hanging out in the live stream, for those who watch the replay, I am more about quality experience. I'm more about positive, like affecting real change. And so that's where I stand for sure. But I'm sure you guys know that by now. Okay, take your time to think. Well, I'm going to go to my little cooler right here and just get my ice in here. That's all. I'm not going anywhere, guys. Oh, my leg. Ooh, I didn't realize my right leg kind of fell asleep here a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, I got really, really, really cold. Ah. All right, I'm back. Guys. Okay. Thank you guys for being super nice and patient with me. I appreciate that a lot. I really do. I don't like when my soda goes a little bit warm. So that's all I was doing. I want to bend over on the camera. It's not nice of me. I think that's plenty of ice, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So I had posed a question just moments ago. Technically 2 questions. The first question was, you know, what does leadership look like for you? I'm right here, just Shelly. I'm coming back on camera in just a second. I haven't gone anywhere. I was just bending over to get my ice, and I didn't want to bend over on camera. So that was it. We're doing our personal development segment, guys. I'm coming back on. Just give me, I don't want to I hate when I have ice residue. Okay. I need a snack. No snacks right now. Cutting back on my snack intake a little bit. All right. There we go. We're good there. All right. So back to where I was here. My spines. Right. Oh, watermelon. Oh, I like watermelon. That's actually my favorite fruit, actually. Watermelon. Okay. Good to see you, Jashali. How are you? It's always a pleasure to see everyone. Hi, Candace. Cherry, how are you? All right. So back to our discussion here. So I had posed, what does leadership mean to you was the first question, and the second question is what defines a good leader? All right. We've got here, Abby's saying, let me make sure I got it the first time. Yep. Wait. Oh, wait, Dawn Marie says, identifying highers and lowers on the personality has my mind confused. Let me know more about that question. That way I can help you through that for sure, okay? And thank you, Sandra. Sandra says, learning from an excellent teacher, Katrina. Thank you, Sandra. I love you so much. So beautiful, Sandra. Thank you. I'm glad you popped in too, Laura Lee. Yay. All right, so Abby says, a leader isn't only leading a group, it is also being able to listen, be open to learn more. Awesome, Abby. Laura Lee says, being independent is leadership for me, only needing myself, okay? The G-Spot says, leadership to me is more about influence than authority over people, okay? I learn from others, but I also don't need to follow them, all right? So I don't need leadership, just guidance, exactly, got it, I got you. Anybody else? All right. All right. Okay, so Dawn Marie was saying that she's saying that DISC program. Yes. Awesome. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes. Now I know what you mean, Dawn Marie. Now I know what you mean. Yes. Now I know what you mean. Yes, I know what you mean now. Yeah. Thank you, Sandra. You're so sweet, so kind. All right. All right. And so a couple of things I put together earlier about leadership was, I think, what does a good leader look like to me personally, myself? I would say that a good leader is someone who knows when to lead, and also someone who knows when to follow. And when I say the word follow, it doesn't necessarily have like the connotation that we think of like follower or following, but it's more of a give and take. It knows its place, when to be the voice, when to, be in the group, right? It's a natural alignment, it's a natural flow of a person. And leadership to me means a true leader is someone who can also lead from the front and lead from behind or at the back. It's not someone who has to be front and center at all times. It's not someone who has to be the one who's speaking all the time, right? There's many ways to be a true, quality leader in this world, in this life. And that's on a micro, a micro and a macro, right? Whether you're like in politics or government or big business, or whether you're in your everyday life with your family, your children, your peers, your groups, and even in your work experience, right? We have many people here who are teachers, principals, who own their own small businesses, who are, of authority in their own field or subsector. truly, leadership is going to be a person who is well-rounded, who can see the depth of perception and is focused on the betterment of the group and the process. That's what I think leadership means to me when I think about leadership, right? Leadership is, going to be all-encompassing. All right. And then the second part of this was what defines a good leader. And I would say the traits of a good leader would be somebody who is well-rounded, somebody who is confident and also, humble at the same time. And I know that may sound like a polarity, but there are people that exist like that who are still confident, but also know and have the humility to understand their place in certain moments of time. They're not letting their ego go to their head, right? They're keeping the right perspective on all fronts as they navigate this world and as they're operating through life. I would say a good leader is defined, in my opinion, my perspective, is someone who knows how to encourage and inspire other people in whatever capacity that is for them. Right? You could be giving advice. You could be giving, you could be there for them when, in times of need. You could be there for them as a friend, as counsel, as a mentor, whatever capacity. So teachers are good leaders, business owners, colleagues, peers could be leaders. So someone who's willing to remove themselves from the equation and see whatever situation that's present for what it is and make the right choices. All right. And if you're just kind of tuning in, we were talking a little bit ago about leadership is present in our everyday life, right? We sometimes think of leadership outside of ourselves, externally, intangible, but it's really present in every day. As a parent, you're a leader. As a boss, as an employee, if you're in organizations, you're leading. If you are in industry segments of business and commerce, you're leading. If you're a teacher, you're most definitely leading. Any kind of organizations, let's remind ourselves that we're still impacting people, whether we want to see that for truth or not. That is, we as peers, colleagues, individuals, as a collective are doing so, whether we notice it or not. So back to the other part here on this. So what I do notice a lot when I look at leadership from people of authority and power and influence, this is my perception, and this is my opinion. What I often see sometimes are people who have made a name for themselves, or those who are maybe experts in a certain field, or maybe they have a certain kind of authority in one kind of element or area or field or expertise. They have some kind of, higher stature in one area. And what I often notice, again, my opinion, is they seldomly want to linger in other areas. Why might that be? Well, because if you are somebody, who have worked for years and years in one industry or one business segment, or you're an authority figure in one arena of life, oftentimes the ego will present itself and it will not want to feel inferior. So it will not place itself, right, in other areas where it's not the authority figure. What does that mean? That means that many people are holding themselves back from true expansion and true growth, because we can only grow when we are out of our comfort zone. When we are out of our comfort zone, that means We are in the unknown. That means we're not the masters. That means we're not the authority. That means we don't have the expertise. And it's okay to allow yourself to wander in other areas. It's not important to always make yourself feel certain or comfortable or confident just because you are in one space of life, one compartment of life. That's a limiting life experience. You're not going to grow. If you're the biggest fish in your area and you know everything and you're the authority of your life in one spot, that's great. But if you're not willing to also place yourself in other environments, other experiences, other realms that maybe you either don't know enough about, you're unsure about, or you're not the expert, or you have some interest in it, but you're just not really sure where you stand there. But being in that experience and humbling yourself and having the vulnerability and the humility to be in other places, right, where you're not the authority is liberating, right? When you are truly in touch with the core of you and you've surrendered the layers of your ego to your higher self, is when you're brave enough to place yourself in environments, situations, circumstances, subject matters that maybe you don't have the authority of the influence in, and being present with understanding and being, an open vessel to learn more about something that maybe you maybe would have otherwise not have known about. So we are not designed to be the authority in every area. Think about that, just practically and logically. If we all were the authority of all these areas, then what a very finite and fixed, boring life this would be. But we're not designed that way, right? That's why every individual person has their own unique traits, abilities, strengths, areas of their expertise. And that could just be as simple as like a passion, like people who are musicians or people who are avid readers or people who have put the 10,000 hours into a piece or an area, or they've served their country, they've put the time in. So we're not taking away from what they've done. What I'm saying is we're going to acknowledge when they're in that space, they have that authority, but we as individuals want to also make sure we're not limiting ourselves and restricting ourselves to when we only feel safe when we know the arena, right? Well, of course, who wouldn't show up when you are, in your power? But it takes more of you, of an individual. It takes the depth of you to allow yourself to show up when you're not the authority, when you're not that influence, when you are, a beginner again. And here's how you grow in life, because life will just keep going. If you think you're at the top of your game in this area or this segment or that, you're going to eventually come to a feeling of unfulfillment. There's no more growth there for you. Sure, you'll still survive because there's challenges that will just inevitably you'll face, but there's no more growth and expansion. Not on the depth of that experience. And there's that one story, I forget where this comes from. I remember reading this, and it's about, like a frying pan. It's a very important story from a very sacred book. I forget which book this is. I will find it and let us know. But he's cooking a fish. The fisherman is cooking the fish in this pan. So he's only looking for fish that fit this pan, right? He doesn't know that he can catch a bigger fish and he can cook more with a bigger pan. He's only seen one experience. And so he's already, unconsciously or consciously removed himself from more possibility. All right. That does come, it's a quote, it's a story. I will find it for us. But that's how it is in real life though, right? If we stay in our comfort zones where we know how it is, we can stay there. No one's going to make you leave. But if you are looking to truly become the more that you are destined to be, you're going to find yourself pushing out of your comfort zone, out of those edges, right? And trying on these different things. And sure, it'll feel a little uncomfortable. Yes, it will. But what you gain in that process is invaluable. So let me check in everybody and see how we're all doing. Let me know. Yay, guys, we're good? Okay. We're so good. Okay, we're good then. We're good. I'll keep going here in my notes, okay? So sometimes the mentality around not being the authority comes across, or it's just, indoctrinated into our life and our culture, that's a weakness, but really it's a strength, because the lessons and the process that we undergo in those experiences are life altering in a positive way. Absolutely. And sometimes what holds us back as human beings, it's a natural thing that will hold us back, but I think it's important to acknowledge, is that sometimes we're worried a little bit too much on the external perception of how people are going to judge us and perceive us. That's understandable. So when we are the authority in one space, when we go to another space, it's natural for our ego and for our natural instinct will be to protect ourselves. That's what happens. That's how we're designed and wired as human beings. And we don't want to be vulnerable or show weakness or feel inferior in any capacity, because we feel that's unsafe to do, right? That really is the ego playing tricks on you, and you won't know that unless you're really in tune with yourself, your higher self, and the core of yourself. When you're really in tune with who you really are, you're not afraid to do that. You're not afraid to express who you are, right? Because you know who you are. And even when you know who you are and you're in the abyss, the unknown, the blackness, the darkness, the scary parts, the unfamiliar, the uncomfortable terrain, you can trust your internal guidance system. You have your instincts to trust and to lean upon, right? When you're not in tune with yourself, of course, why would you go into the fire, right? So again, depending on where you're coming from, your mindset, your awareness, it's really your maturity as a soul, it's your maturity as a human being so far on this earth, will determine how you perceive the concept I laid out. So if you're coming from the concept of, well, that's just ridiculous, that I would not do that, well, then clearly you're not on my wavelength, and that's okay, because not everyone's going to be on my wavelength, right? I don't expect for everyone to understand all the things I'm saying. I don't expect that. right? We're all individual people and we're on our own journey, but we're going to be here together as a collective, as a group. We will cross paths with people who we are meant to cross paths with, right? We're not going to always jive with everybody. And then when we do jive with some people, we may not always, agree on all concepts, and we're not supposed to, right? But we should be able to respect people as individuals, their beliefs, and come to some, common ground. That's the best mature way to, to grow and be in other zones, other elements, other areas, without having to come to such harsh conclusions. Make sense, guys? I hope so. If we live a life of always playing it safe, right? We get exactly that. No growth, no expansion, no possibilities. Because when you're entering in the life experience and you're like, okay, what are my options? And you only allow yourself this much walking room, well, you already can see what's there, right? Then there's no room for anything exciting, beautiful to come into your conscious awareness, okay? All right. All right, and then, hold on. Hey, Save Robbie, I didn't see you sneak in. I didn't see Save Robbie sneak in, but I'm happy to see him. Love you, Robbie. I didn't even see him sneak in. Y'all know when I go in my little flow, I'm like, my zone. So does that make sense so far, guys? Whoever, those who are here with me in this process. Make sense? Any questions about that before I keep moving on? Yay. Yay. All right. Awesome, guys. Awesome. So let me pull up the last part here. So the last part I want to talk about, and I probably won't go too deep into this because it's its own, topic of itself, but I will at least kind of introduce the concept, or at least some points that I would like to make about it. And then after that, we can decide what you guys want to do here, all right? For those who are still hanging out with us. So I want to talk for just a moment about, let me see how I want to preface the statement first. Hold on. Well, we've all built like our identity off the life experiences that we've had thus far. We've built all of who we are based on emotional experiences, positive and negative, right? Tragic, success, pain, turmoil, experiences in our families, experiences from childhood, from school, right? From any job you've ever worked in your life, right? From the environment, the physical environment around you, and how we've overcame adversity, or how we've not overcame certain adversity, how we've managed to push through certain experiences, and how we've, fallen to our knees in other experiences. And what I want to say about this is that, who we've created ourselves to be is one component. And then when you find yourself ready for this is not for everyone. When you find yourself ready to make real transformation, like real transformation, how you begin to rebuild is by stripping off the layers of who you thought you were. Okay? Now, I do not recommend this for anybody or for everyone because this could be very damaging to your psyche. So I would only suggest this for those who are ready to commit to the process of that. But it's a beautiful experience. Okay, it's painful, but it's beautiful because you strip away the layers and the layers and the layers that you built up to protect yourself over all the years, right? And those layers that you built to protect yourself did serve the purpose at that point in time. They built you to who you are today. But who you are today is not who you are supposed to be tomorrow and going forward. And to become more, to really grow and to embody the truest version of yourself, the higher self of you, does require this stripping back of the layers, right, that we built to protect ourselves. We're going to take them down now if you have the maturity and the self-awareness and the strength to do so. Like I said, this is not for everyone. I do not suggest just anyone just do this because this could be very damaging. But if you're mature enough and you've got the wherewithal to really look at who you are to become, if only you and your soul will know if you're ready for that. And when you strip back every part of you, you're left with yourself. It's like a naked baby as an adult. And that's hard to be with because it's unfamiliar. And it's definitely an uncomfortable feeling. But when you do that, and it's over time, you don't do it in one day. It's a process. It's a process. But you do one layer at a time. You're stripping them back. And you're re-looking at yourself as an adult from adult eyes and lens and perspective. You're looking at yourself and you're like, oh, okay. I don't want to get rid of that, but and you're not getting rid of it permanently, all right? But you are for a moment of time, for a long moment of time. And, you can't hold anything back. You can't. It's very difficult to do. It's not easy. And, you eventually get to the bare bone of yourself, like the core of you, and it can be hurtful because we don't want to see ourselves like that. But on the other side of that is a beautiful experience. And then you get to choose the new layers that you want to build yourself with up as this new version of yourself, okay? And that it's a process. This is not an overnight thing. This takes a long time to do. And you understand yourself in a different way that you maybe never have understood yourself in the past. It's so healing. It's so therapeutic. It's mentally, it's liberating. Yes, it's painful. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. But the process itself is so therapeutic. It takes time, commitment. You can't stop halfway. You could, but you won't. You don't stop halfway. So and then you build yourself up with maturity, awareness, truth, and once you know the truth, you can't look back. Can't. Does that make sense, guys? Let me check in with everybody. Make sure we're doing all right. Let me know how we're doing, guys. Let's see. Yay. Yay, guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It does. Good job. Laura Lee says she's already in it in depth. Good job. And I applaud those who do that because it's very, 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 it's such a big process. It's a very big process. It's a very big undertaking, but only you will know. Only you will know, if your soul is ready for that process, because nobody can tell you you're ready but you, right? Because that's a very personal and inner decision to make. So, ouch, ouch, ouch. Yay. Thank you, Dawn Marie. So I'm doing great. Yay. Make sure the AC's off. It's pretty cold. I get a little bit chilly. Okay. Oh, that's better. That's better. Thank God. Felt a little bit cold with that. All right, guys. So that was like the bulk of the lesson plan. I think I did a good job articulating all the main core concepts that I wanted to relate in this live stream. So we have the option. What do you guys want to do? I can either end the live stream. I can put the link for those who want to come up and say hello or you know, say something on the panel here. Or I could do a couple of readings. Really, the choice is yours. I'm here for you. So if you have a different suggestion, we can do that too. What do you guys want to do? Guys, let me know what y'all want to do. I'm here. I'm here. You guys let me know. How cold in this room though. Freezing. Freezing. Okay. All right. Anybody else? Suggestions? All right, we have 2 people would say reading. Anyone else? Anybody want to come up and share their experiences? It can be any kind of experience. It does not have to be related to this topic, though. It could be any, you know, sometimes we have things in our mind that we want to talk about or share. So I'm opening it up to possibilities. All right. Okay, guys. Alrighty. Got everything here. So nobody want to come on panel. That's okay with me. Totally cool. I always let people have the option in case that's what they want to do. And what we can do is just, I guess, a couple of readings for those who would like one, and then we can close it out, okay? And I do hope that you guys have, you know, liked the experience here and the topic. Hope so. All right, I got my cards here. Let's see what we're gonna do. All right. Okay. All right, I think this works. Okay, Got my cards here just in case. We'll just do a handful. We won't be doing them here all night. I'll choose a few people on my own, and then that's what we'll do. Scout finally made it, Scout. Scouty Scout, Chrissy. We love you, Chrissy. Love you, Chrissy. What the hell? Oh, there it is. Sorry. All right. My teeth. I had to brush my teeth. I had to brush my teeth, guys. Sorry. I don't like my mouth is like not super clean. Okay. Yay. Okay. So that's the plan then. I'll pick a handful of readings. For those who are here who would like one, I will pick from the people. Alrighty. And then we'll close out the stream after that, okay? But I do hope you guys are enjoying the segmentations that we're doing on personal development. I'm covering different areas of it too, so I do hope that you guys are liking it, okay? I hope so. All right. Oh, and before I forget, can you guys support me in the channel and give the video a thumbs up? I always forget to ask for that, but it would be greatly appreciated if you could help me. All right. Yay. Okay, here we go. Goodness gracious, okay. Okay, I'm back. I mean, I'm here the whole time, but all right. Yay. All right. Happy to see you, Scout. Bonjour. Hello. Jonathan. Thank you, Jonathan, for hanging out with us. Kristen, good to see you again. Yay. All right. You sit back down on my little chair, and then I can Scout, I missed you. No worries. I'm pretty sure you were probably asleep. That's okay. Okay. All right. Was there anyone in here that did want to get a reading? Anyone at all? We're not going to do that many, but we'll pick a handful of people. you know, like a handful, and then we'll close our live stream because today we were doing personal development. But I figured that we could at least end our stream with a couple of readings, and then we'll close it out. All right, let me know. Help someone else. Well, I mean, if nobody wants to volunteer, we don't have to do it either. I promise that much. Up to you guys. All right, Amber. Okay, so hold on, Dawn. Yes, you did miss your last one. Poor Dawn. You did miss your last one. Was there a list already? I missed it. Okay. Let me see. I apologize if I missed it then. So, so I see Dawn Marie, and then, oh, okay. Well, I'm going to pick up the people who are more frequent. I don't know who Bonjour is, so we'll do, oh, so did Amber and Abby ask first? Okay, Amber, Abby, Dawn. Amber, Abby, and then Dawn, and Chris and Kristen, all right? So we'll do Amber first. Right, Amber. Oh, there we go. Oh, gracious. Please don't fall on me today. Cards. I forgot we were doing our own. We had our own little Zoom session. I forgot how many days ago it was, but I was doing the cards. They were flying all over the board, right? They were flying like wildflowers or something. So we are on Amber. It's going to be Amber. Sorry. There was that little spot. Sorry. Where's that little piece at? Okay. Amber, Abby, Dawn, Marie. And then I'll decide if we add more as I get to those three, okay? Oh. All right. Hold on, they're falling. I don't want to bend over on the camera. It's not nice of me. Oh, okay, they want to really come out. All right. Amber's cards want to come out. So in case people don't know, it's Amber, Abby, Dawn Marie, Chris, and Kristen. All right. So here we go. Okay. Start with this first. All right. All right, so we're on Amber. We're only doing a handful, all right? In case those who are just coming in right now, we're doing a couple of readings. All right, so for Amber, what I see coming through for you is that you're really working on integrating like your foundation, your stability, your money situation, and you're also integrating like the way that you think and the way that you communicate. You may feel like your communication is not coming across the way that you would, the way that you anticipate it to come across. And so you feel a little like restricted, or like, you know how when you try to say something but it's not coming across the way that you mean it to come across, or it's having the adverse effect. I feel a little bit of that coming through for you. I also feel that with the cards here, you are working on tapping into like your higher self, your higher wisdom, that energy, that light, which is a really good thing to be doing to help you stay centered and grounded, especially with a lot of the chaos that's happening in the world, right, in our own experiences. I do see that you will end with, success and victory in your favor, okay? It may take some time to get there, but I do see that coming in the future for you, in the near future. I also see fertility. So that could be, a baby, or it could just be more like, birthing of ideas, all right? Only you will know the difference for yourself. So that is your reading. We're gonna move on to Abby, and then Dawn Marie, then Chris and Kristen, and then I'll decide if we do more, all right? All right, Abby. And let us know if it resonates with you, Amber. That way we all can participate. All right, Abby. All righty. Let's see. All right. Right. Okay. All right, Abby. Let me get a clarifier here. Hold on. Just give me a moment. Pull a clarifier for that. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So then, so what I do feel coming through is, I feel like your energy is a little bit all over the board, not like in a bad way. So not like completely scattered, no, but I feel you have your hands in several different like areas or things, or, your energy is in several places of like your experience. Okay. You do have some blessings coming your way. Okay. You are working on healing, parts of yourself. Okay. Now, when it comes to like your communication, you might be overthinking some kind of things. Maybe in your mind, you're playing out scenarios too much, and it's making you feel like you lost like that center point. And sometimes when you play too many scenarios in your mind, then you get confused and lost with where the main point, focal point was. So don't let your mind play too many tricks on you. Stay focused on the priorities of your life right now. Whatever the foundational pieces or pillars that you're working to build, stay there, and stand your ground. I also sense that you are having a very playful experience, maybe a little too much playful fun. I don't know, like the rebel card is here. So, don't walk too far into danger or too far off the perimeters, right? Keep yourself grounded, still have the playful energy, but don't push the limitations, all right? That's for you, Abby. And now we're gonna move on to Dawn Marie and then Kristen. Are we all still here? Okay. All right. And then also let us know if that resonates with you, okay? All right. We are on Dawn Marie and then Kristen. Okay. Oh. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. Oh. Get one more card. All right, I got it. All right, let's see. Okay, so we're in Dawn Marie, guys, okay? Okay. So let's see here. Okay. So for you, Dawn Marie, I really do feel that you're going through like a spiritual and emotional transformation. Definitely in the night hours, I feel that your higher self is up to it's doing a lot of work, which is a good thing. You're in the process of like reinventing yourself, and that's a great place to be, especially right now in the times that we're in. I see a lot of communication happening. I see yourself being tapped into your inner genius that we all have the ability to tap into. So you're really tapped in there. Your higher self is really tapped in there, and it's leeching on to the good positive parts of yourself that you are looking to work into this experience as you move forward. I see your mind at work a lot. I see a lot of communication here. Again, I see more higher awareness and transformation of the self. It's very evident here. You might be waiting for some kind of a signal or a sign from the universe. And if you're looking for a yes, it's a yes. You're going to be rewarded with like success and victory and positive momentum. I feel passion and ignite, maybe you're working on your passions. I don't know exactly, but I feel that you're waiting on something, or you're waiting for something to come into fruition, and it's yes, I feel it's coming for you. So that is your reading, okay? And let us know if it does resonate. Right. And then we're gonna do Kristen. Is she still here? Kristen? I haven't checked the feed of the chat. Abby says her reading was spot on. Yay, I'm happy about that. And did we hear from Amber on her reading results? Hopefully we have. Who is the baby? Oh, the baby for for Amber. Did she reply back? Let's see. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Amber says everything was spot on for things in her life. We've been trying for a baby this month because I want an April baby. So like, that is so funny. See, I'm telling you, fertility was totally there. No joke. It might just be in the cards. In the cards, like no pun intended. And then Dawn Marie says, wow, girl, you were spot on. It totally resonates. Goosebumps. Yay. So happy. All righty. Did we hear from Kristen? Kristen, if she's still here? If she's not, then we'll move forward. We'll give her a second. We'll give her a second. She's here? You see Kristen here? You do? Oh, see her. All right. I'll take your word for it, guys. All right. Hi, Patricia, Ryan. How are ya? There she is. I do see her. Kristen. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay, here we go. I'm happy to see you, Patricia Ann. Sorry, Patricia Ann? I hope I say it correctly. I do like to make sure I pronounce people's names properly. Ooh. Kristen. Oh. Alrighty. Oh. Okay. Let's see what we got. All right. So Kristen, we are here on your reading, okay? And what we've got coming through for you is a lot of emphasis on like the 7th house of your chart. And even though I don't have to have your chart, the 7th house is always representative of like relationships, which is typically romantic relationships or spouse, but it could also be family and friends, mostly family, siblings, or like, in your close circle with the 7th house. So I've got that coming through. I've also got the 11th house, which is the friends group. So friends, social circles, environment, could be work peer colleagues. I got 2 of those areas coming into play heavily. And so there has been maybe some disruption in that experience or that environment, those 2 categories for you. Maybe some things were like shaken up. There was some, maybe it could be a falling out of some kind, but I do see balance restored. I do see that for you. There was some memories where like you're holding on to like maybe emotions, feelings, pain. You feel maybe a little trapped, in the fear of the experience of whatever maybe had, recently been underway for you. And you feel that you're really, in your own, like, in solitude, which is not a bad thing. I like to be in solitude quite a bit. And also, when you're in solitude is when you get clarity. Clarity to me is power, right? When you have clarity, you know what you don't want in your life, you know what you do want in your life, right? You can't come into that clarity, that inner power, unless you remove yourself from all those experiences and balance yourself, come to center. So let me know if that resonates with you, okay? Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Hey, John Crimes, how are you? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. I hope you're doing good. So how is everyone else doing? I know that we had some new people come in toward the end here, and hopefully you guys are doing well. Everyone who has come in. I know that Scout, Chrissy, Patricia, Jess Shelley, and others came in a little. SAR. Earlier, we were doing our traditional Wednesday personal development series, and we did complete that. So if you are just more recently tuning in, we had a great segment. At least I felt it was a great informative segment. And we were just wrapping it up with letting everyone just check in, say hello, and I offered to do a handful of readings. And that's where we are at. Yay. Yes, I know, poor Gannon. Every time I think about him, it's like knives through my heart. It's really devastating. For sure. John Crime says, good to see you too, darling. Doing awesome. Just editing. Awesome. Cool. Editing is good. Editing takes a lot of time, guys. It's tedious. I know. Yes. Thank you, G-Spot. Danielle's great message. Amber says time for bacon. Hi, Angel Eyes. Yeah. Laura Lee says she plans on visiting his gravesite one day in the Carolinas. You'll be traveling through one day in the future, spreading. Aww. Let us know how that goes, Laura Lee. For sure. Thank you, Laura Lee. You're so sweet. I appreciate your kind compliments. I do. Thank you, Dawn Marie. Yay. Years from now? Okay, well, whenever. I'm not going anywhere. We still want to know when that point comes in the future. I hope that we're still connected, you know, for sure. Yeah, just making sure that's there. Yep. It is always chill here. We are a chill group. We keep it chill. Yeah, for sure, guys. Well, I don't see why not. Yeah, definitely, for sure. Don Marie says, you want to retire? All right. Do it. Thank you, Angel Eyes. The chat is super chill, not crazy. No craziness here. And plus we have some really good moderators that were on point. We know how to run our operations. Thank you for sharing that with us, Kristen, for sure. Yeah. Darling too. Thank you. I misspoke. I apologize. I misspoke. Amber says, thank you so much, Katrina, for the class and for the readings. Yay. Definitely. Definitely, guys. Thank you, the G-spots. That's that. So anyways, oopsies. Yeah, we have a good crowd, so I'm always appreciative. Thank you, guys. And thank you guys for always protecting me. I appreciate it too. All right, well, so we had a great message, a great segment, a great class on our development series. And I asked if those want to come on the panel. Nobody wanted to come on the panel. That's okay. Some days no one feels like chatting up here. That's perfectly understandable. And then we did, okay, we can do that one, Laura Lee. We did some readings for a handful of people, about 4 or 5 people. Do a random card for the room. All right. So if you're in the room, if you're watching in, okay. I'll pull one from each of the decks. That way I pull the one card from all. Okay. And all right. Okay. Let's see what it's gonna say. No, you're good. You're cool. Thank you, Kristen. All right, here we go. All right. I will get some clarifiers just because we'll get a clarifier for each one of these cards. I know what the message is, but I would like some clarifiers since it's gonna be a general. It's a good idea, Laura Lee. I'm always open to suggestions. It was a great idea. We'll get a clarifier for each one of these because I'll tell you in a minute. Fun idea for sure. Clarifier. Alrighty. All right. All right, let's see what the clarifiers are. All right. These are good. I mean, it's still good, but I like to just get clarifiers. Sorry. I always get excited. I can't unless. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So, babies for everyone. I want a baby. You got to be with somebody before you have a baby, okay? I don't have that luxury just yet. But the G-spot does. All right. So, this is the reading for the room. All right. So, this is cool and interesting, and it kind of flows, in my opinion. So the first card, I'll tell you the clarifier for it, but the first card of this deck was the lunar eclipse, which is inducive of change, right? And sometimes, and the lunar eclipse means emotional change, right? Which could be a little challenging, difficult, because, I mean, come on, nobody really likes, I don't like to go through certain kind of changes, you know, or transformation on the emotional self. It's painful, it's hurtful, it doesn't feel good. And when I asked for clarity on it, it was clarified by the sun, which is super cool, because at the end of the suffering, at the end of the pain, at the end of doing all the right work to heal ourselves, to transform ourselves, the sun is going to come and shine and reward us for the work and the pain that we've had to endure. Okay? All right, the second deck, which didn't really need clarifying, but it's still good to have it, is the Triumph and Success card at number 1. All right, so we're gonna, you know, all the work that we're doing, we're gonna be met with that triumph, that success. Okay, and it's also in the Sacral Chakra. So if you know what the chakra system, you know, the Sacral Chakra is, you know, below the navel area, and for sure it does pull up the emotional realm. So you're going to overcome any kind of emotional pain and tragedy, hurts, confusion. You will, you know, be triumphant and successful in that process. All right. And the last deck I pulled, so the first card for this was the Sorrow card, because we're going through pain, but it's accompanied with the going with the flow. Right, so when we go with the flow, that pain and that hurt and that emotional burden gets transformed, right? We do all the right work to better ourselves, to grow, and we're healed in the process of being on the journey, because being on the journey is still work in itself, right? You don't just get to like take your foot off the gas of life or the car. You've got to still have your hand on the steering wheel. And even when it's going chaotic and shit's going crazy and all the things are kind of like being thrown at your face, you're going to still hold on. Maybe don't grip yourself too hard. Just hold on subtly and trust the process. Trust the higher self of you. It's going to work out. Things are going to get better. We're strong. We're humanity. So that is the reading for the room. Like literally Tali says, I am Taurus, I get emotional for sure. Angel Eyes says, baby days are over for me. I'm 60. It's all right, Angel Eyes. Dawn Marie says, meditating. I like this little emoji from Lorelei, it's cute. All right, Kristen. Who's having a baby here? Like for real. I know for sure, was it Amber? For real, Amber? Danielle? Who else? Anybody else having a baby? Laura Lee says, Lord have mercy. Abby says, I can't have any more, and I also don't want any more, Abby. That is so funny. What, Dawn Marie? I love it. I love that. That is the best. Dawn Marie says, that means she's got to get off the couch and go to the bedroom. Wink, wink, wink. I like that. I want to go to the bedroom. No one's here. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. So Amber probably went to sleep, but she was the one who was asking about fertility and babies, and she's actually trying, and the fertility card came up in her reading, and I did not know that she was trying to have a baby, so that was pretty cool. Hi, Starlight80. How are you? How you doing? Definitely signs all over. Dawn Marie says she'll take a baby. Heck yeah. Are you serious? Don't play with me. Are you going to take a baby? I love it. I love it. I love it. Just Shelly. Taurus are stubborn too. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Ember is trying. Yeah. The G-Spot's having a baby. Dawn Marie's having a baby. Amber, oh, there she is right there. Okay, so there she comes. I haven't told anyone that I'm trying until now. That's awesome though. And so I did not know you were trying, and the fertility card came in your reading. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Me neither, Abby. You're not alone. Making one is fun. Laura Lee, you got the right jokes. I love them. I love them. I love them. It's cute. I like it. Sassy. Sassy. Yay. Love it. Love it. Wavelength. Wavelength. Guys, well, this was super, super, super awesome. I'm so happy we got together. Okay. Ooh, hidden message, but I recorded it. Awesome, girl. Awesome. Yay. Well, we had a blast. I hope that you guys did too with me. We had a great session. The segment on the development was amazing. And I hope you guys also enjoyed it and found value add, because that's my point, is to, come together and bring some information of value and of substance, and have an interactive dialogue. So I do like that we can come here and be together as a group, because especially going forward for the Collective for Humanity, I see us being, in different elements going forward. One of my gifts that I like, one of my personal gifts, like intuitive gifts, I do get like glimpses into the future, in my own way, in my own little way. And I do see, humanity transforming and how we are coming together. And so we want to make sure that we're taking the time to really cultivate like the tribes, the groups, the circles that we want to be part of, right? We do. It's important to feel like you have places to be that actually respect you, that value your insight, that are welcoming and friendly. I know that we offer that here. And so I'm very, very grateful that we have that space for us together. So if you're not already part of our Facebook private group on Facebook, The Conscious Soul, please make sure that you check that link out. It was somewhere posted here in the chats. And make sure you're staying connected with us, okay? Make sure you please do subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, give this video a thumbs up, a like. If you're able to comment on this video and share your thoughts, I would also greatly appreciate that too, okay, guys? So. All right, guys. Do we have any newlyweds here? Any newlyweds? Nobody wants to come forward. All right. We'll keep it we'll keep it on the down low until next broadcast then. All right, guys. I love you guys. Have a great night. See you next time. Thank you.